Shifting our focus to this unfriendly neighbor, China is at it again, ramping up infrastructure along the line of actual control. It is now constructing a bridge that links the north bank and south bank of Pangong Tso and will bring down the movement time from one sector to another from 12 to 4 hours. The construction of the bridge has been picked up by the satellite imagery and confirmed by independent sources to us. This comes just days after China's new border and the land law that came into effect, which formalizes PLA troops' transgressions into the Indian territory. Our defense editor Shreya with us on the broadcast. Shreya, infrastructure ramping up that along the borders is China's tried and tested method, and that is exactly what we are witnessing along the LAC as well.
That is exactly true, and we've been seeing it for the last 2 years since the standoff began. So the bridge we are talking about over Pangong Tso that links the North Bank and the South Bank for greater mobility of troops and weaponry, this infrastructure ramp-up is only part of the larger infrastructure build-up that we are seeing the Chinese do across the LAC. Now, just to tell you where this bridge is coming up, it is around 18 to 20 kilometers east in the North Bank, and it is over the narrowest part of the two lakes. And what this essentially does is that if troops needed to travel 200 kilometers to get from point A to point B, that distance has now been reduced to 3 to 4 hours. Where was the need to do it, given that they haven't done it in so many years? It's simple. The fact is that in August 2020, what India did was gain a strategic advantage when it very swiftly and quickly, without the Chinese getting to know, had climbed up the mountains of the Kailash ranges and occupied these strategic heights. Now, look, in mountain warfare, whoever occupies the heights is the one who dominates the war. In this case, it had given India the advantage of having a clear line of sight as far as Chinese formations are concerned, especially their Moldo base, where a large number of troops and weapons were. This had unsettled the Chinese, and to give Chinese credit, they had kept this in mind as well. In order to, avoid a repeat of what happened during the Kailash ranges with India mobilizing quickly, the Chinese have now ensured that they can mobilize quickly from the North Bank to the South Bank, because in August 2020, by the time the Chinese had reached the foothills of the Kailash ranges, it was already too late. So they don't want to be in that position again, which is why this bridge is being built over the Pangong Tso, linking the North Bank and the South Bank. Now, it's important for us to remember that this is not in Indian territory. It's important for us to remember that this is a glacial lake, which is 135 kilometers long, and 2/3 of it belongs to China and 1/3 of it belongs to India. So while it's in their territory, this is really a larger plan of an infrastructure build-up, because the Chinese are fortifying the positions that they have occupied essentially.
Shreya, when the Chinese fortify the positions that they have essentially, or when we talk about the de-escalation along the line of actual control at the friction points, the kind of different level talks that we have seen in the recent past, this kind of infra building, does it send really a positive message when it comes to de-escalation or when it comes to achieving the status quo ante that India has been talking about?
No, actually, it sends the exact opposite message. It tells you what exactly the Chinese intent is. Essentially, they are saying, we are where we are. We have occupied the parts that we have occupied. We think these are ours. And now we have the infrastructure to back these fortifications, that in case there is, some action from the Indian side, we have built infrastructure where our troops have permanent structures, where we have missile units that have been deployed, where we have these dual-use villages that we have put up, so we can militarize quickly. Essentially, this entire area, the entire belt along the LAC, 3,488 kilometer LAC, while we are just looking at eastern Ladakh right now, fact is this infrastructure ramp-up has been happening across the LAC. For example, we spoke about Arunachal Pradesh, where dual-use villages have come up, supposedly for civilian use, but we know that they can be used for they can double up as military camps as well. So I think China is sending a very clear message that we can keep talking. Yes, there will be a 14th co-commander level talk soon, but we can keep talking as much as we want. They have come and occupied the areas where they are, and they are showing absolutely no willingness to move back.
Absolutely. Shreya, please continue to stay with us on the broadcast. Lieutenant General Sanjay Kulkarni, who's the defense expert, is joining us on the broadcast. Thank you, sir, for speaking to us. How do you view this infra build-up by the Chinese along the LAC? As Shreya points out that this might be the positions that they are occupying right now, but it doesn't send across a positive message, especially to the Indians. Lieutenant General Kulkarni, can you hear me? Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So, first and foremost, the Chinese have never been serious in wanting to settle the boundary dispute with India. Number two, they are virtually legitimizing wherever they are, and more so through border laws have come in to say very clearly that this belongs to them. Thirdly, kind of settlement that they're bringing about, almost 624 model villages, which are dual purposes villages, all is indicative that the Chinese are definitely not wanting to settle the border dispute. Fourthly, all these talks are nothing but gaining time to improve their own infrastructure at their end. And lastly, this construction, which we are talking about on the Penggang Tso Lake connecting north and south, which is very much so right now. The entire area up to Aksai Chin belongs to us, but the fact that they're occupying it illegally and it is not in what we can see, it is the satellite pictures which are revealing that such a thing they have constructed. And what Shreya said, rightly so, kilometer lake, 2/3 of it is in their area, 1/3 of it is in our area. What we can see with our eyes, they have not done. It is the satellite imagery that is showing what they're doing behind. Behind, they've been doing for years on. We have said nothing to them since 1950. If we have not been able to dislodge them from there since 1950, now to scream and doing what they are doing is, I think we must have the ability to be able to say that don't do it. Yes, we have, and we should be able to tell them that, look, this area belongs to us. Do not do it. But they're not going to listen to us. So why necessarily?
There are two things. There are two things that I want to know as a citizen of this country. One, of course, is the fact that, very simply put, what can India do? We might have not raised a protest earlier, but will raising a protest or putting in a word and saying, look, we are not comfortable with this, will that really help? Because the Chinese never really care about that. And second part, have we built up the infrastructure at the rate at which Chinese are building right now?
See, now to answer the second question first, definitely we are coming up to the way that we wish to. To say that we have built up to the level at which the Chinese have over the last 40, 50 years, I would be wrong to say yes, but definitely they've come up much better in the last about 5-7 years that we can definitely be able to withstand the Chinese. The Chinese cannot do what they presume that they can do. And secondly, as regards the first question of yours, there's nothing. Of course, we must protest. There is no denying the fact. We must protest. But we must keep at the back of our mind that the Chinese are not going to stop from a Baya protest. But yes, forewarned is forearmed. We must be very, very clear that the Chinese are building infrastructure. It is not with a view to create tourism. It is with a view to ensure that China
absolutely, sir. Absolutely. And ramping up our own infrastructure at the borders and perhaps lodging a protest that we're not comfortable with it, what India historically did not do. Let's see whether we do that this time or not.